Shalom Yasharala, this is Yeshaya, back at it with another, well, it's a semi-car chronicle. I'm not actually driving. It's a lot, actually. My seat is way too reclined. Um, just just looking at all the backlash that Kyrie Irving is getting. Um, I mean, Kanye, we can knock all day because he done did a ton of stupid shit. You know, he's originally he was a brother that spoke about so-called black issues. You know, the one where he said the white man gets paid off for all of that. Um, he really brought that out. Later on, he said George Bush don't care about black people. Um, and then he also snatched the mic from Taylor Swift. Claiming that I think Beyonce should have won that award, whatever. And then he flipped the script, became super MAGA, which is what he is now, which indirectly is a slap in the face to a lot of the quote-unquote illegal immigrants that come to this country, which are our people, which are also his people. The thing about George Floyd died because he had fentanyl, not because of that, the officer's knee that he claims wasn't really on him like that, and stuff like that. But the one thing that Kanye said that has to be respected is that he, the so-called blacks are the true Jews, and the media that happens to be owned by Jewish people, and not regular Jewish people, they're owned by elite Jewish people. The ones that you see walking around the streets, those are, Jewish people. A lot of them are totally oblivious to what's actually going on from the elite of them. We can't look at the average Jewish person walking around and say you had something to do with this. Slavery was funded by Jewish people, but again, it's not, the Jewish people, the Hasidic, the Sephardic, the ones that you see walking around with the Shirley Temple curls, we always say they dress like Abraham Lincoln, kind of, the yarmulkes, like those are not, those Jewish people don't have anything to do with what's going on behind the scenes. They feel that they're living a regular life. They're doing what they have to do for their people. There is an elite faction of them that is actually behind all of this, so we have to bear in mind, you're sitting here putting all this on the average Jewish person walking around, and like I said, they don't have nothing to do with it. They don't know nothing about it. Everybody's sitting here talking about Jewish owned media and all this and that. They may know that the people that own the media is Jewish, but they don't even serve their best interests for the most part. You know what I mean? They serve their own best interests. And, but anyway, going back to, what's going on now, then Kyrie posts something about Hebrews to Negroes. What I find interesting is how when a man of color, a black or Hispanic man, proclaims their heritage as the true children of Israel, why is it such a bother to the rest of the world? Why is it so aggravating to tell a black person that the greatest people that ever lived, the people that the Bible was written to and about, are black and Hispanic people? Why is it such a crime? Because Kyrie said nothing wrong. In fact, I applaud the hell out of Kyrie for what he did at that press conference. Like he let it, a lot of stuff out, as far as information. And it had to be done. It was very important to black and brown people. And it's going to be more people that are going to come out and speak. It's not about hate speech. Like, where do you get hate speech at? I'm considering buying that movie he's talking about. on my Amazon Prime account to watch it. But even regardless, you can put a movie and say, hey, this is a good watch. This is a good movie to watch. Doesn't mean that you hate anybody. Like that. The fact that it's such a sensitive topic, but you can walk around saying the N-word and talk about killing us or just be hateful towards people of color, and you will have a platform and nobody's going to bother you. Or you can indirectly and somewhat directly disrespect black and brown people like Trump did and still get in office. But when you're a man of color and you're saying who the Israelites are, that they're black people, you're not saying you hate anybody. Not Kanye West said, you want to hear some anti-Semitic raps? I'm gonna fuck your bitch. I'm gonna kill this nigga. And people took offense to it. Why? Jewish people, and this one is more general. I'm not gonna exclude the average Jewish person that you see on this one. Jewish people have monopolized the term anti-Semitic as if it's something that only applies to them, meaning that if you speak against them, you are anti-Semitic. The problem with saying that, talking negative about them is anti-Semitic is the only people that really speak against them are descendants of Shem. So how can you be anti-Semitic? I never hear Africans talk negative about Jewish people. Never heard of it. Never heard any instance where Africans have hated Jewish people. So what's outside? That's all the sons of Ham, right? What about the sons of Japheth? Since when have Pacific Islanders ever had any beef with Jewish people? Since when have Aborigines had any beef with Jewish people? Who has had beef historically with Jewish people? Arabs, descendants of Shem. Caucasians, who are also Germans, descendants of Shem. Who else? Oh, of course, black people that have come to identify their nationality as Israelites, descendants of Shem. The only people that can be considered anti-Semitic are people that are not Semitic themselves. The only thing you can say about all the groups that you can say, even Chinese and Japanese people are descendants of Shem. Like the only people that have a beef with so-called Jews, and we call them so-called Jews because you are proclaiming a nationality that is not historically yours, and this is proven through history. You can't hate everybody for that. You can't get mad at Kanye West. I thought that this was freedom of speech and stuff like that. We don't have freedom of speech, obviously. But I did want to go into a scripture because I am stationary. I'm not moving right now. Matthew 24:13. Well, actually, it's 14, but anyway, I want to read. Actually, I'm going to start at 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Now, my personal opinion, I take Kyrie as more genuine in his love of black people than Kanye. I think Kanye flip-flops. I think Kanye could be putting the message out there because a lot of times when you look at the way the elites of this society operate, what they like to do is they like to send the truth through a liar, a reputed liar. Now, I'm not saying Kanye West is necessarily, a liar per se, but they'll send the truth through somebody that we already don't trust anyway. To equate the hate and the dislike of that person with the truth, right? Or they'll send it through somebody like Kendrick Lamar who doesn't really follow it, because to say that black people are Israelites is not necessarily it's just him saying he's an Israelite, you notice that didn't really open the eyes that it should have, right? And like I said, he doesn't really follow it. You don't see any change in behavior. His last album wasn't really anything about the truth, right? But it says, many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Even people that say that the black people are Israelites. Didn't Comfy, Tazadakia, aka Jermaine Grant, teach that we was Israelites? He deceived many into. Now you're putting the truth out there, but you're skewing it with the doctrine. You're making people basically believe in Catholicism. So, you got Nate out here. You got different groups out here that are saying different things contrary to the truth. So where are we going to get the truth from if you have all these false prophets that even among the ones that claim that they're Israelites? Kodak Black, I brought out a few months ago how he had some straight satanic shit he said on Future's album, and Future knows something, man. Besides that song Black Jew, Kanye West said Future is one of the top 3 most influential people in his life, and then he's talking about the truth. So Future knows something. But anyway, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. What's examples of that? Look at the black and Hispanic divorce rate. Look at how much we don't trust each other. Look how much, and a lot of this is the freedom that women are given to disrespect men. So now you have two people that have so-called equal level of what's that called? Power. Now women are like, nah, where at one time a man decided the fate and the way things were going to go in his household. And I'm not knocking women, I'm knocking the people that gave them the power. And what happens is they have equal right, and then sometimes they have more right. Because we have too many examples of bad men doing the wrong thing, guiding their household the wrong way, right? Very selfish. Selfishness is really the root of everything that's bad. Even the root of all evil being money. What if a person loves to do for others with money? That's not evil. But when you get to, when you want money yourself and you'll do anything to get it, that's the love of money, and that's evil. But yeah, because iniquity shall abound, evil things shall abound. Evil things are going to be common in this world. Doing the wrong thing is going to be a common thing. So because of that, the love of many shall wax cold. A lot of people are not going to be like able to love people, because people are selfish. Selfishness causes people not to have the love that they had. Why do you notice a lot of parents are being wronged by their children, or being, parents are just looked at as fucking banks for their children? The children know where to go for money, but when it comes down to seeking love and support and guidance, they don't want that no more. They get it from fucking school. They get it from out and about. And part of the reason too is because we don't have the mother in the house doing things at home anymore. Now, because of the way economics is set up, the man and the woman have to fucking have income. So that means the women have to go out in the workforce. But all of that is causing love of many to wax cold. It says, but he that endure to the end, unto the end, the same shall be saved. So those of us that's in the faith, we got to stay in the faith. I want, it don't matter how many years I've been in the truth. If I came in the truth today, let's say, and I stay in the truth till the end, all these years that I wouldn't have been in the truth don't mean shit. Right? Long as I come into the faith and I do what I need to do, you know what I'm saying, I'll be saved through the spirit of power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So reading on, it says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So the reason why I go into that in relation to Kyrie is Kyrie and Kanye West and even Kodak Black, Kendrick Lamar, all these mentions of the Israelites, Shine Barrow, he's gonna have a hand in it because he did a Drink Champs article and immediately he disassociated himself from us. Even disassociating from us is gonna open eyes. Any mention of us is gonna open eyes. People are gonna learn about us through us being knocked by the world. People are gonna be like, yo, what is this Israelite, these Hebrew Israelites on 42nd Street that I've been hearing about all this time? You know, so it's imperative that we understand that. You know, they're calling it anti-Semitism. You know, and I'm going to be honest. A lot of us have said some things that come across that way. You know, but it's like, you know, stand for something or fall for everything. You know, we have to stand for the truth, right? The scriptures say that we have to. Let's see. Here we go. Psalms 94:16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? So who's going to stand up? Because when you stand up for the Lord against the evildoers, part of it is you're going to be called an anti-Semite. You're going to be said, it's going to be people saying that you're spreading hate speech. I have not said I hate anybody in this whole video, but people are going to say, oh, hate speech. Why? Because I'm proclaiming my nationality as a Hebrew and as an Israelite and a descendant of Shem. So how is it anti-Semitism if I'm saying I'm the descendant from Shem? Think about that. It says, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Who? Who's going to stand up for the Lord against the people that are working against the Lord? It's going to have to be those of us out here that are in the faith, and especially the strong ones, man, especially the ones that, you know, that are confident and strong in the faith. And not just the faith, because we can prove what we're talking about. We have facts and evidence to support what we're saying. We're not making up anything. But anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.